goat as K-Billy's super sounds of the 70s weekend just keeps on trucking.
Over. All radio is dead. Which means that these tape recordings I'm making are for the sake of future history. If any. Future history.
Oh, we're done for. We're done for. We're done diddly done for. We're done diddly doodly done diddly doodly done diddly doodly done diddly doodly.
Banders, snap out of it!
Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct...
Oh, jeez. Oh, gee. Survived that, I think. We're down here in the dungeon. In the times that obviously occurred here. I'm just thinking back to when this all began.
The following program is an affiliation of the Patriots Watchtower blog site. The opinions you're about to listen to may not match all the opinions of all the Patriots Watchtower bloggers. These are just the opinions of one blogger, such Ken Woodward, an escaped insane asylum subject being tracked down by James Gordon, whom has escaped long enough to put out, yet again, more liberal propaganda. Long live Batman.
Oh, yes, now I remember. It was right before the apocalypse. Ted Cruz announcing his desire to become president. Anyways, ha, hee hee. I've been looking over the speech from Mr. Cruz where he addresses Liberty University and officially announces his 2016 presidential bid. I'm going to gloss over the early part of it, especially as it's basically an autobiography of his grandparents and his parents and how he became an American. And he uses a lot of references to religion being very important in saving his father, whom had left him and his mother and fled to Calgary and left his mother with his 3-year-old son to be without a father, and how religion saved his father and had him come back to the family. And I'm certain this is showing us a basis for his religious beliefs, which is fine. Certainly want to know why Ted Cruz is a religious freak. I mean, I certainly want to know why Ted Cruz believes in God. Sorry. It seems to me here he is kind of getting ahead of the game as far as anybody, as you know, who runs for president is going to have some skeletons in the closet. And I'm not talking about the skeletons where, Mr. Trump is trying to imply that perhaps Mr. Cruz is not a actual natural-born citizen. I'm not even going to get involved in that after the birther thing. It's just not worth my time to do that. It would kind of, in my opinion, strengthen the idea that perhaps we were wrong about Obama being American. But it seems interesting to me that Obama's mother was obviously American, and so obviously was Ted Cruz's mother, and yet Ted Cruz could be born in Canada, another country, another nation, and we're saying that Obama had been born in Kenya with an American mom. Different situation. I don't think so.
It's alive!
Oh yeah, now I remember. Right before the apocalypse happened, Ted Cruz announced his intentions to run for 2016 presidential nomination of the Republican Party. Hee hee, ha ha. Okay. Anyways, I've been looking over this speech he made at Liberty University, and deciding what parts of it I wanted to go over. It's quite lengthy. The early parts are an biography of his family tree and how he became an American. And it's quite a nice story involving the revolutionary effort he made against a cruel dictator. Before Castro, we had Batista. And it's like I say, he flees Cuba and he becomes an American. I guess it's okay if you flee Cuba to become American, but if you flee Mexico to become an American, not so nice. But we'll get into that. There's other parts of his speech that will define that image even more. And he explains why his Christian values come from. Interesting here, he points out that his grandfather was a heavy drinker, and he also points out that his mother and his father drank far too much and were living a fast life. This perhaps is a quick, beat the opponents to the punch. Whenever you're running for president, you're going to have skeletons in the closet that people are going to attack. So he's getting a head start on this to explain things. And he's using the faith as the reason why his father, who left him and his mother, came back to them. And that's a big part of the reason why he's a very devout Christian. I would imagine that's where he's going with that. There's some other stories he's going to give here about other families in other countries. It's a nice segue there, trying to show the American dream in an international light. I thought that was actually quite endearing to him. Now we go through all these stories, and we eventually get to the beef, as I say, of the speech.
I got a ride.
Oh, far out, man.
Hey, my Uncle Chewy's got a van. We got to smuggle back across the border, man.
So here we're actually going to slow down a little bit more and go verbatim on what he says, because I think this is the part of the speech where we get to hear someone given a small glimmer of the platform he intends to run upon. And we're, from the very beginning, given the opportunity to know that he very much believes in Christian core values, defining how he does his business as president if he were to become president. He says, as after relating these stories, these are all our stories. These are who we are as Americans. And yet, for so many Americans, the promise of America seems more and more distant. What is the promise of America? The revolutionary idea that this country was founded upon, which is that our rights don't come from man, they come from God Almighty. There it is right there in black and white. We don't dictate where our rights came from. Well, as an atheist, you can only imagine my opinion of that. But even as just an American, imagine that opinion, that we have no power over how our country was founded. They were founded by God, and if what happens if we find out God doesn't exist, I guess our country was founded by a mythical character. A little rattling, to say the least. But again, I'm going to let some of this slide here, as I don't want to make this a religious debate. And the purpose of the Constitution, as Thomas Jefferson put it, is to serve as chains to bind the mischief of government. The dangers of big government, the big part of his platform, and the big part of what he will debate with Obama, as that Obama has allowed government to take over way too much power over its people. The incredible opportunity, the American dream, which has enabled millions of people from all over the world to come to America with nothing and to achieve anything. And then the American exceptionalism that has made this nation a clarion voice for freedom in the world, a shining city on the hill. These are values from more like the 1950s and 60s. They have faded a bit, Mr. Cruz, and I think we should stop worrying so much about setting an example for the rest of the world and spend more of our time on our own situation over here. When we begin to try to spread America as the only answer, the only alternative to what makes a country fruitful and happy, we lose sight of the more important issues. That is, we should just be more concerned about what makes us fruitful and what makes us happy, because when the country see us fruitful and us happy, then yes, they want to emulate us. That's how it should work. Emulation should come from admiration and not from having armies of another nation taking over your land and trying to teach you what's right and wrong. That never works.
Shit. You shoot me in a dream, you better wake up and apologize.
Hate the game, not the player.
I never thought about the universe, made me feel small. Never thought about the problems of this planet at all. Blow, blow, one.